Approaching 1 p.m. on April 26, 2024, Calvin Castine on the campus of Clinton Community College. And we're looking up at the location of the main buildings here on the location. As a Clinton County legislator, we were made aware a little bit ahead of time that the impending changes that will be made here. This campus will, for the most part, no longer be used following one more season, one more academic year. The 2024-2025 academic year will continue as normal, but following that, the students at Clinton Community College will be doing their studies and their classes on SUNY Plattsburgh location in downtown Plattsburgh, New York. Well, one of the main reasons we're here today is not to look at that location. The county will be making decisions on what happens to the buildings here and the property in the coming months, in the coming years. We have to be, I think, a many-year process before that is all decided. But this building here, Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, was established several years ago. We were here for the grand opening, and today we're going to be here for a graduation ceremony for welders, and we're hoping that this part of the grounds will still be used for educational purposes and for the studies of people looking to become proficient in manufacturing aspects of their careers. So it's important, we think, to come here today and show this graduation ceremony and let people know that this part of the facility, we're hoping, will remain very active and continue to educate our people that want to get into the trades and learn other skills that will prepare them. We all know it's very difficult to find people to do certain jobs. We got to train these people and make sure we got a skilled workforce coming up, and we think this IAM building is a great place to do that. We're going to go inside and catch the graduation ceremonies and hear a few speeches, I'm sure. We have come inside the IAM building, and we're upstairs, and the graduation ceremony will take place. And this is where the learning takes place down below us. A very important part of what's offered here in Clinton County is done right here at this facility. And we're hoping that the time period that they gave us will stay pretty close, but looks like some people are in the food line here, and the program is supposed to start in less than 5 minutes, so I think we're going to be a little bit behind. But it won't matter to you watching this, because you'll be right on schedule for the viewers. Let the record show they're only about 12 minutes behind here, so that's not bad at all things considered. So this show will be on the road in a moment. Tom Halleck is here from Mountain Lake PBS. John Ryan is here from the Peru Gazette. And you can find coverage through their outlets also. And we're going to shut our external mic off here and listen to it like this.
How's everybody doing today? Great. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming to the graduation of our third cohort of welders at the Clinton Community College Welding Academy. Thank you so much. It's, you know, these students have really gone through a lot over the past 3 weeks, and I think it's tough to really understand the workload that they were put under in a 120-hour welding course to accomplish that in 3 weeks. So their first week was spent in the classroom, and I don't know how many of you remember sitting in classrooms in college and in high school. 40 hours of classroom instruction is not easy to get through. But they all sat through 40 hours of classroom instruction and took 4 technical knowledge tests. So that was in 2 different welding processes, welding safety, and the fundamentals of welding, which covered basic metallurgy, again, more into welding safety, welding productivity. And then they took all that knowledge and went to the shop for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we had a number of students go from having 0 welding experience to passing code quality weld tests in 2 weeks' time. And sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name's Drake Bean. I'm a weld process consultant for Lincoln Electric. I've been a welder in this community. I've lived in the community for 15 years. I've welded at several companies here in the community. Now working with Lincoln Electric, I travel around. I help welding manufacturers perform better. I train welders. I've been in the industry for 20 years in a mix of environments. And in 20 years, I've never seen groups of welders make the type of progress that these welders have made. It's truly amazing. And it shows just a huge amount of dedication. You know, several years ago, I spoke to Joel Wood from the Chamber when I was working for Alstom, and we were trying to figure out how do we get more welders? We needed welders. And we started spitballing ideas. And with the help of the Chamber of Commerce, the Northern Borders Regional Commission, Assemblyman Billy Jones, and a whole list of others who we will go into more in depth. You know, Alstom, you know, freeing up another instructor, Keegan Hartman, who's a welding engineer over there, Chuck Taylor coming in to help us as another instructor. With pulled instructors from a pretty wide group of experience and knowledge to try to deliver as high quality training to these 12 participants as we could. You know, so we got this grant, you know, to be able to train welders, and we brought our first group in. And you don't really know how it's going to go, right? You have an idea, you don't really know how it's going to go, but I can't tell you how impressed that I've been with these groups. You know, they've all been self-starters, very, very hungry to learn, very hungry to get into the workforce, very appreciative of the opportunity they've been given, very supportive of each other. It's really heartwarming to watch. I can't thank this group enough for the work and dedication you've put in. You know, we all know work is work, right? But sometimes work gets to be fun and it gets to be fulfilling. And this is one of those times for me, that work gets to be fulfilling. And again, I can't thank you enough. I want to give them a big round of applause. But like I said, there's almost too many people to thank for the help that they have put into making this program possible. So we're going to kind of go down the list, and we're going to invite some people up to talk who have been integral in making this happen. And the first person I want to introduce is Gary Douglas. Gary is the president and CEO of the North Country Chamber of Commerce. Gary?
I want to give special thanks in terms of our chamber team to Joe Wood, who you'll hear from a little while from now. I do one thing well at the chamber. It's the only thing I claim to do well. I hire well. If you hire well, everything else falls into place in life. There's a life lesson for anybody who's ever going to be in a management or supervisory position. Learn how to hire well, and your life will be easier. And I certainly hired well in the case of Joel, and he's done fabulous work on this project. We'll continue to do so. I've been in the chamber for 32 years. Yeah, I'm that old. That's still the second half of my life. I was in political work for many years before that. During those 32 years, I have had the pleasure of having many things related to the chamber's work that I take pride in. Projects, legislation, different kinds of initiatives, marketing successes. But I can honestly tell you there's nothing I take more pride in this program. That is directly touching the lives of people and their future ability to have meaningful, fulfilling careers. And there's nothing more important than that. You can have a $100 million project, and that's important. But this is important and touches the lives of actual people here in the country going forward. And I'm very, very proud of that, and I hope you're all proud of yourselves and of your family members for taking advantage of this and charting a new course for their lives going forward that hopefully will bring great rewards to them, both personally and financially. Welding. What is welding? Welding is, in its essence, a joining of various parts to create a new whole. And this program is a perfect example of that. It brought together so many parts in order to do the program. Our federal and state funding sources, our congresswoman, Assemblyman Billy Jones, Clinton Community College, Lincoln Electric, the companies, including Alstom and others who have contributed and also made placements available to the graduates, and so many others who have made a whole, which is this remarkable, innovative program that was designed and put forward here in Plattsburgh, New York. And it's a reason, again, to be very, very proud and very, very suitable in terms of welding. I'm pleased to announce also today that, I feel badly Billy Jones isn't with us, because I can thank him directly for this. But Billy has been a contributor to the funding for this program, including additional welding booths that make it possible for us to do additional numbers. And he remains very, very committed, and our state legislators in general have looked at what we're doing up here and want to be supportive. Our current funding, which we're highly appreciative of from the federal and state governments, will be running out this year. And so we've been having thoughts about how to make sure we sustain this program and run additional cohorts through it. And in the state budget just passed this last week, we have $300,000 thanks to State Senator Jeremy Cooney from Rochester, of all places. Jeremy is a good friend personally and is in a position to deliver those resources. And so we reached out to our partners at the Rochester Chamber, Bob Duffy, the former Lieutenant Governor, who's now CEO of the Greater Rochester Chamber, and said, we think this program would be good in Rochester. Would you join with us and we'll split a program and both go to Senator Cooney to get it funded for another year or two? And they said yes, and Jeremy delivered. And so we will be doing future editions of this program, and we're committed to doing it as long as there are good candidates who want to learn these skills. There are employers here in the North Country to take on those people and take advantage of those skills. So very, very pleased to be able to say that today, that we will be able to continue doing this. So you're part of spreading the word of success and of advancement for this that will allow us to bring forward other excellent candidates and continue this program going forward. Congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you for stepping forward and being part of this. Congratulations to the families, and congratulations to the employers who are going to now be able to benefit from the skills that this program has brought to our students. Onward and upward.
So I'm going to introduce somebody else next to come and talk to you. Some of us know him incredibly well. We're even trying to entice him to get into our group text message. Joking aside, though, Joel has been an absolute pleasure to work with, and not just because I find him as a friend and I like working on projects with my friends, but because he's just an incredible person to work with. The amount of care taken in to putting this course together, and not just finding the funding, but I think what gets underemphasized is the amount of wraparound services. You know, making sure that people have transportation, childcare if they need it, mileage reimbursement. He worked incredibly hard to pull out all the stops. I'm going to let him come up here and talk, but not without me bragging on him for a minute. But so I want to introduce Joel Wood from the Chamber. Joel, thank you so much.
Thanks, Patty. For some of you, this is going to sound really familiar. Just pretend like you've never heard it before. So 3 weeks ago, I stood in front of a classroom of strangers. Strangers to me and strangers to one another. They all came from different backgrounds, different circumstances. Some had welding experience, but most didn't. And all were taking this training for a very different reason. I know that because I talked to them all. You all had phone interviews at the beginning, right? I knew. And now I look around this room, and I see not only 12 proud welders, but I see 12 friends. That's really important to me. And I think you all see that as well. Over the past 3 weeks, you've all worked so incredibly hard, both in the classroom and down in the welding booths, to better yourselves. I wish we had put one of you down there so we had some welding noises in the background. Brett, you want to fire up the machine? You've studied, you've taken tests, you've probably burnt your fingers, your arms, yeah? Eyebrows once or twice. I know. We paid for this stuff to make sure you guys didn't get burned. But for many of you, you've put your lives on hold to further your education and learn a trade. And you did that each and every day with a smile on your face. Every day I came in here to check up on all of you, you came in and I saw you smiling. You usually ran to go pretend like you were doing work, but you smiled while you did it. And that's to be commended, so congratulations. I also want to thank the commitment and support provided to each of these students by their families and loved ones, many of which are here today. You supported them through this entire process, and that too deserves a huge round of applause. All of the students and instructors here know that this training initiative has been a huge passion of mine since the idea was first formed all the way back in late 2020. It started with a conversation with Patty and Alston at the time about their need for future welders, 50 skilled welders in our region over the next 5 years, and we at the Chamber went to work to make that happen. But we couldn't and didn't do it alone, and many of the partners who were instrumental in getting the program off the ground are in the room with us today, and I want to recognize them quickly. First and foremost are 3 instructors, Patty Bean with Lincoln Electric, Keegan Hartman with Alstom, and Chuck Taylor. These 3 gentlemen gave up weeks of their time, not just to teach this class, but we've done 2 classes before this, so they've given up literally weeks and weeks of their time to teach you. They're passionate about it, and the students can feel that passion. So thank you, all of you. And of course, the training wouldn't be possible without a facility, and Clinton Community College has been a key partner on this program from the very beginning, providing not only the space at the IAM to host the training, but also assisting with registration, the ordering of materials and supplies, printing of materials, and so much more. Special thanks to Carrie Goyette, Elaine Noble, Nancy Dubran, and the Buildings and Grounds team for all that you did as part of this program. I appreciate it. And next up would be the organizations who provided the funding. You heard Patty mention and Gary mention the Northern Border Regional Commission. Let's dive a little bit into what they did. They provided us with $285,000 to train 50 welders by the end of 2025. And today, with this graduating class, with all of you, I'm proud to say that we're nearly 75% of the way to that goal. We trained 36 welders in our community after today. The MBRC funding covers the entire tuition of each student, ensuring that they can attend at no cost. And we'd also like to mention that Empire State Development, New York State's economic development arm, provided an additional $125,000 to provide support services to each of the students, including those stipends, childcare, transportation, PPE, and so much more. These support services have been crucial for both attracting and retaining students in our program. We haven't lost a single student since we started. We had 36 people sign up, we had 36 people graduate. That's a testament to you guys and your dedication to the program, but I also think that those support services help a little bit along the way. And last but certainly not least, there are many contributions of our local manufacturers and employers who have loaned and donated tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, materials, and supplies for the program. In particular, I'd like to recognize Alstom and Jeffords. Together, you've donated a combined $30,000 worth of equipment, time, materials to this program, and that's huge, so thank you. The work for many of these students doesn't end here today, it's only the beginning, but we're going to be here to help them every step of the way. I already told you guys what comes next in terms of that, making sure that you have an opportunity to update your resumes, find good career opportunities, and we're going to be there to support you during that. After today's ceremony, the students will be traveling to Alstom's Plattsburgh facility to learn more about their operation, available career opportunities, and witness a welding demonstration from one of their welders there, which is going to be pretty impressive. And after today, students will be provided with a list of available resources to help them, with some of those things I mentioned, resume writing and applying for new jobs. We cannot wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you. I hope that you all stay in touch and let me know how we can help along the way. I'm proud of each and every one of you, and congratulations. With that, I'm actually going to introduce our next speaker. This is someone who, without their support, without their funding, this program wouldn't have been possible, and that's Chris Saunders, who's the federal co-chair of the Northern Border Regional Commission. Chris?
Thank you, Joel. As Joel said, my name is Chris Saunders. I'm really proud to serve in the Biden administration as the federal co-chair of the Regional Commission. We are a new federal agency, relatively speaking. We're only about 15 years old, so you'll be forgiven if you don't know who we are or what we do. But we're a federal agency that focuses on economic development, and we do that in partnership with our 4 member states of New York, Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. We're really looking at local economic development efforts with a regional lens. We look at the common opportunities and challenges that exist across these 4 states, and we're looking to support as many innovative solutions as possible. Our aim is to highlight some of the highest performing and best strategies that address these needs, and we look to replicate them across the 4 states. It's probably not surprising that workforce development comes up in nearly every conversation we have when we're talking about what do you need to do to have a vibrant rural community. And so we have made it a priority to fund workforce development projects in our 4 states. We do that guided by a vision that really looks towards forming an inclusive economy where all residents in our region have the chance to pursue meaningful careers with good paying jobs. And what we've seen as we've done this work is that there are some things that differentiate really successful projects, and this is one of them. We know that it's not enough to simply do what we did 20 years ago. You can't throw open the doors to a classroom and just say, the folks are going to show up and they're going to learn. You heard from Patty and from Joel about some of the types of things that need to happen. You need to be offering training that is really relevant to the jobs that are available now. You need to be thinking about the types of other supports that are going to help students complete programs, and be thinking about things like transportation, things like childcare. And you need to have a network of employers that are ready and able and willing to step in and participate and have available jobs that participants can go graduate towards. These elements are, as I said, represented in our most successful projects, and they're certainly represented here at the Welding Academy and the project that is underway right now. We think some of our best work occurs when the link between public support for initiative has a very clear direct benefit for the residents of the region. So we think, again, that is evident here. The federal government has invested public money in this project, and we are seeing residents of the North Country get trained for jobs, get new skills that are going to allow them to participate in the workforce in a different way. So thank you to the Chamber for coordinating this array of public and private partners. We really appreciate our partnership with you all, with the community college. We look forward to the continued success of this partnership. And finally, most importantly, congratulations to the graduates. We're really excited for your success and what it means for the region and what other folks across the region have learned from the work you're doing. Thank you.
So, we talked a lot about funding. People who have made that possible. One of the groups we have not, mentioned, so much as far as their additions and their contributions to this program is Clinton Community College. We have great ideas, we have great initiatives, but without having a place to do it and a support staff that's willing to help, it never gets off the ground. So I'd like to introduce John Kowal. He's the president of Clinton Community College, to come up and speak to everybody.
Thank you, Patty. Just want to start off by saying, sharing the congratulations from all my colleagues here at Clinton Community College. We're all very proud of you, and you should be really, really proud of what you accomplished. I mean, it's pretty awesome what you did over that short period of time, the advancement, the work that you did. That is awesome. Please keep this day in your memory, because it's a really important day for you. You're going to play a real key role in the future economy of New York State and beyond. Skilled trades are really crucial, and I have a real close key part of a connection to the skilled trades. My dad was an electrician, my grandfather was a machinist, so I grew up thinking a lot about the skilled trades, so you've got an awesome pathway ahead of you. I'd also like to really recognize our partnerships that were really helped carry this through. And I remember the day I started here at Clinton Community College back in 2018, when I started as vice president, walked in here and had a look at everything. And I thought to myself, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. a lot of really cool things. What are we doing? And I was like, we're trying to do all these different things. And I knew from that day, we needed to identify our key capabilities. And one of those key capabilities I knew from the beginning was welding. Our fabulous facility and the opportunity to provide that training to folks like yourselves that then would find employment in our local industry. So partnerships for me, it's a lot more than partnerships. Working closely right from the beginning. I remember conversations I had with Patty and our instructors at the time, how we could get this off the ground. I remember talking to Joel and Gary again about ways we could make this happen. And for me, yeah, it's partnerships, but it's more than that. It's synergy. We have tremendous synergy now with the chamber. We've always had great synergy, and I'm really looking forward to, the next class. But for you folks, congratulations. Be proud. That's really important. Be proud of what you accomplished, because it's really, really great. So again, congratulations and great job.
Thank you.
One of the groups that's made this very possible with the additions of not only welding equipment, welding consumables, they have also supplied an instructor for 3 weeks out of this program is Alstom. I had the pleasure of working at Alstom for 10 years, and it's great to be able to continue that partnership. I'd like to introduce Jeff Lambert. He is the general manager of Alstom here in Plattsburgh.
Good afternoon. I've got my talking points because I sometimes go off cue, which I'm going to start with. The easiest way to build a quality train that we have over at Alstom is hiring the right people and then promotion from within. Because the guys that raise their hand that are working for us, that say they want more, that come to a program like this, come back to the factory, those are the guys that perform. So this type of growth gives an opportunity both to our employees, but it also satisfies a need that the organization has, and it ends up being a really great growth together. So programs like this, I think, are super critical. If we look back to a project startup we did in 2014, we didn't have a program like this. This is where this came from because we scrambled. I mean, we had our net cast all the way to Ohio to find resources when we had quality people in our own building that could do this. So this type of a program is super critical for Alstom in more ways than just quote-unquote finding welders. We have 3 people, I think, that are graduating today, Daniel, Ryan, and Brett from the Alstom team that came over, and they're going to be coming back into welding roles. So congratulations to our team members that have come out and done that. And I know that we've been calling him our weld instructor, but Keegan Hartman is actually our special process expert. So he, quite honestly, is next level. He has Plattsburgh rated extremely highly amongst the Alstom organization, not just in North America, but globally, as a weld center of expertise. So Keegan, I appreciate the energy that you put in, not just at the office, but to things like this, because that's how we're going to continue to maintain Plattsburgh being the center for car body manufacturing. So thank you. I'd like to thank Congresswoman Stefanik, Assemblyman Jones, Chris Saunders, Dr. Cowell, and none other than Gary Douglas for the support. For sure, Gary, this is definitely not something we can do without you. So we're looking forward to another 32 years of solid support.
I'll stay on it if you stay on.
Yeah, so we really will need to, when I hear that we're getting the extra funding into 2025, it's going to be super critical because this base 50 helps to satisfy a need that we have. But quite honestly, right now Plattsburgh is looking at multiple projects to bring into the factory, which are going to be stainless steel, car body erection, that needs to be done here in Plattsburgh. So the number for us won't stop at 50 or 60. Within 3 to 4 years, that number should be closer to 100. So we're going to need to continue to develop these types of programs in order to make sure that local folks have access and paths to these good jobs. In Plattsburgh, we have 280 employees that are supporting two transit organizations. New Jersey Transportation, that's the welding portion. We also do final assembly for San Francisco BART. Fortunately, that contract's ending in 2 years, and I say fortunately because we need to make space for the next project where we're going to actually weld smart car ladders. And I am looking forward to getting everybody over to the factory today so we can take a look at we have a new weld lab in a training center that Keegan's going to show off, and we're going to do a demonstration for everybody. So thank you very much.
And I would like to introduce Mark Henry, who is the chairman of the Clinton County Legislature.
Well, thank you very much. As chairman of the legislature, I do represent Clinton County, and I always enjoy the opportunity to represent your county, our county, things like that. This is the fun thing that we get to do. Calvin is also in the legislature, so he's multitasking. I want to thank all of you that contributed in any way to this. Now, anybody that's done any public speaking at all generally doesn't like it and realizes that it's kind of an art. And I've done a lot of that, and I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I've done a lot of it. Where the real art comes from is not being speaker 1, 2, or 3. Anybody can do that. It's when you're speaker number 6. That's where the art comes from. That's where you really know you got something. So I want to join in thanking everybody. Dan Transit Chamber, Joel, Lincoln Electric. I know I'm going to leave people out. Awesome. I especially want to thank the students. We certainly want to congratulate them. They've worked hard, they've sacrificed, as have their families. Their families have sacrificed as well. They are going to receive a benefit from this with jobs, the training, and in their future. But they've done more than benefited just themselves or just their families. They have benefited this entire county. They have benefited this entire program because based on the success that we have, that you have had here, and that many people have helped you have, and don't forget the help that you've had, you can help others in the future. But based on that, this program will continue, it will grow, it will get better. I know the folks in this room are committed to do that, and we thank all of you that have done that. So congratulations, good luck in the future, and our best wishes from this county go with each and every one. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. And I would like to, pardon me, I'd like to introduce John Carmen, who is the District Director for Congressman Stefani's office.
Thanks, Patty. Congresswoman fortunately cannot be here today, but she did want me to be here on her behalf to recognize the hard work and dedication that all students have put in over the past 3 weeks. So first from her, a hearty congratulations and well done. The Congresswoman was very happy when Joel in the chamber came to her and said, we want to do this program, and we think MDRC is a great way to get that funding. Congresswoman, thought it was a great idea too. We're glad that Chris and the rest of the team over there agreed, and we were so happy that Joel and the chamber were able to put together such a good network of folks from ESD to Alstom to Lincoln Electric, obviously the community college, to all make this possible. And again, without that network, Mark just said, it can benefit the county, but it's really a group effort of everyone coming together to benefit the county because they know what is needed in this community. Way better than the federal government, but thankfully the federal government saw the need as well and helped invest in. So again, huge thank you to the chamber, huge thank you to the college and all of the community partners. And again, a congratulations to all of you. Well done. Thank you.
And I would also also like to introduce Brandon Menard. Brandon is works in constituents. He's a constituent services representative in Assembly Building Jones' office.
Hi everyone, as Patty said, my name is Brandon Menard. I'm with Assemblyman Billy Jones's office. Unfortunately, the Assemblyman couldn't be here today, but he sends along a letter of regret, which I'll read to you. It says, "Dear graduates and staff of the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, thank you for the invitation to attend the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing graduation ceremony for welders. I am unfortunately unable to attend as I have a previously scheduled engagement. However, I'd like to congratulate you all on your graduation and thank everyone here for supporting these welders on their journey. This program through the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing is vitally important to the North Country's rapidly expanding manufacturing sector. I am proud that I was able to secure funding for this program, allowing for its expansion, including a new building and the increasing of its student capacity from 8 to 12 slots. Although I cannot be there in person, please accept my heartfelt congratulations on your graduation. This is a momentous occasion that marks the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. Best wishes to all graduates, and I hope to be able to join you for next year's graduation. Sincerely, Billy Jones." And on his behalf, congratulations to all the graduates again. We can't wait to see all the great work that you guys do. Thank you.
All right, so here's the fun part for me. I don't know if you can tell through the conversations, but welding's been a big part of my life. You know, after high school, I went to welding school. You know, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So back when we had shows like Monster Garage and all that, you know, really made it pretty enticing for a young kid to get into the trades. You know, welding has helped me not only build a career, build a lot of relationships, and raise a family. Welding is very, very near and dear to my heart. I remember to this day the first time I passed a weld test. And you know, the amount of accomplishment you feel because you put so much time and effort into it, it's really huge. And it's pretty great for me to be able to stand up and give these students their first welding certificates so that they can feel that same thing that I felt and maybe start their own journey. So I'm going to start by handing out certificates. Be ready to come up, shake hands, and take pictures.
And just as we rehearsed, everybody, pause. Remember, we worked on this for weeks.
I will death grip your hands so you can't move. All right, so the very first is Sienna Brooks.
Where are we looking?
All right.
Thank you, Patty.
Absolutely.
Michael LeBeau. Come on around this side so we're not blinded. All right, we'll look here. We'll look there. Ryan Bombard. We're getting the hang of it. Gavin Barbersport.
This way.
Look that way. James Hammond.
Yeah, James.
Nice job, brother.
Thank you.
So the next person, so we obviously we have our weld testing, right? But we also do our virtual welding competition. Yeah. All right. And it's kind of a fun one. We have a virtual welding trainer down there. This year's competition was neck and neck. It's the first time we've had a tie for first place. So we got everybody together and we did the tiebreaker. So not only getting certificates, but also the winner of our virtual welding competition, Derek.
We didn't practice the pivot, everyone, but you're doing it.
We got it. It's a good group, man. We just slowed down. Brett Hughes.
Yeah, Brett.
That's good pivot.
It's my theater degree. Dan Thompson.
Yeah, Daniel, yeah.
We're just saying it, man. Good job, brother. Thank you. Awesome. Nice job. Yeah! And, I don't want to leave him out. We do have one participant who made it the entire way through the course. Excellent student to have in class. Super dedicated. Unfortunately, he got incredibly sick yesterday and was not able to be here today. But I do want to make sure that we mention Austin Brash. Elijah Moore.
Oh, 1 second.
Thank you so much. Marshall Turner. And I'm not going to brag too much, but this one's really special to me. Fortunately, my brother was actually able to take part in this year's Welding Academy. And it's, sorry, getting a little choked up here. I'm incredibly proud to present my brother's first welding certificates to him. Nick Strickland. Congratulations, everybody. Great job.
Yep, so that's what I was just about to say. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get a group photo with just the welding graduates first. Maybe right here, actually. Might be a good spot.
The skylight coming through.
Oh, never mind. That's a bad spot. Bad spot. We'll probably do it right here. So what we'll do is we'll kind of switch places with everyone, if that's okay. We'll just do the welding students first. And then what I'd like to do is get the welding instructors with them next. So we'll add the welding instructors in. And then we'll...
So nice job, nicely presented. Get a final shot here at the outdoors. If you want to learn more about the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing and what programs that might be available in these facilities, go to the Chamber of Commerce website. I'm sure they were very involved with today's activities, obviously. Go to the Clinton Community College website and check out there and find out what you can do to learn more about learning a trade here in the great North Country. Thanks for watching.